Alright guys, so we are back with another video around the EZA metal cooler. We have him on a 200% lead, can't wait to try him on here. On the 170 he was great. I don't doubt on here he's going to be amazing. Of course we got him on that 200% lead with the new LR metal cooler on Wicked Bloodline. I'm looking forward to this. We've got the team ready, we've got the support ready. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, let me know what you think of him on a 200% lead team. Let's hop into it and see how he does. Okay guys, here we are. We don't have the best setup right now, but considering he is, like a lot of the units have been releasing lately, a cooler or a freezer unit, he is relatively easy to link. So we do already have Nightmare active, which is why I did actually bring this full power freezer with that extra attack plus 10%. We have Big Bad Bosses active, because I have it at level 9. Almost finished level 10 linking him, as you can see, so another video pending soon. But yeah, that's why we got Big Bad Bosses active, so we don't even have to worry about LR Metal Cooler's healing. So that's great. We've also got Fierce Battle active. So he does need to be hit, of course, 4 times to get the additional attack and defense plus 20% up to the full 100. But we're currently just getting key plus 2 and attack and defense plus 150 at the start of turn. And of course, we're going to raise our attack by 30% on super. So I have to say, 217k defense with no build up of his passive whatsoever is actually kind of insane. He already has 200k, literally just over 200k defense turn 1, no build up in his passive. That's crazy, because that's only going to increase. The 352k attack stat pre-super is also fantastic. But that amount of defense, which we've actually just lost. We lost Big Bad Bosses, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot. Big Bad Bosses, the HP condition like goes up. Still, that's actually kind of mad. With Big Bad Bosses active, which of course is like one of the most important links to have active with any extreme unit that has it, and he had 200k defense before any build up, no support. So 3.1, obviously neither here nor there because we need him to build up. But I'm not gonna lie, 3.1 to start with, it's actually still pretty good. So there's one attack, we're getting supered, doesn't really matter. We do actually want to take damage to have Big Bad Bosses active, so that's 2 attacks. There's 3. So we've taken 3 attacks, we need to take another 2, and he's fully built up. We are facing a superclass enemy and a pure Saiyan enemy, so he does have a 40% chance to crit built in still. You know, that doesn't really matter because that doesn't really affect the numbers that we're of course seeing with him. So I don't really mind too much that we're going to be having that at all times. But you can see the kind of lengths his damage will go to when he is facing both of them. So like, you know, unfortunately when it comes to the hardest content in the game though, even with the 200% lead, even with these crazy numbers we're seeing already and the probably crazy lengths we're going to get into, again, he has 2 dupes in the dupe system. I know he isn't rainbowed, but, you know, you're not going to see that much of a difference between 2 dupes and rainbow anyway. But unfortunately, you hardly ever face a superclass and pure Saiyan enemy in the hardest content. When it comes to, like, other content like Super Battle Road, oh yeah, there's whole ESBR stages literally dedicated to fighting one of those 2 things or both of them at the same time, which means he's going to clear house. But when it comes to Red Zone, you've only got one of them, and that's Broly, who's a pure Saiyan enemy. But on top of the dupes, having a 20% chance to crit with the numbers he's already got, and what he's going to get to, means he can do some pretty ridiculous damage, especially against the AoE phase, where he has type advantage. It means you can get through it a lot quicker. So we do have him now linked up with Cooler. I do really want to leave him in the middle, just to have Nightmare active. Actually, I didn't realize he pretty much shares the exact same link. The only link he loses is Thirst for Conquest. What does that give us? To be fair, naturally, you're going to have Thirst for Conquest active a lot more often than Nightmare. I kind of want to do this, though. I'm not going to lie. Because this is more of a natural rotation, I will leave it there. So after how many attacks we've taken? I think we've taken 3. We're up to a 480k attack stat. We're on 316k defense. And we don't even have Big Bad Bosses active. That's crazy. Again, I would still love it if he raised defense on super. It would make him, you know, a lot more defensively consistent in Red Zone. However, on a 200% lead team, having what's now probably going to be like close to 400k defense, up to 5.6 million attack stat as well, without Big Bad Bosses again. But once having Big Bad Bosses active, he's going to be around about 400k defense. Now, unfortunately, that just stays around 400k defense, but having that at the start of turn is very, very good. That means all basics are going to do double digits. Depending on what phase and what Red Zone stage you do, he can actually kind of tank a super. However, actually, let me do this so they stay on the same rotation, so I'm not literally getting it every other turn. However, some supers will still clap him for a bit of damage. You know, that's just the way it's going to be. If he raised defense on super, especially now, as I said, with big bad bosses, you're talking like 400k defense at the start of turn. If he just raised his defense even by just 30%, the majority of red zone super attacks, yes, would still do a chunk of damage naturally, but he would tanker them so much better, and there would be a lot less risk of him dying. Literally, and that's just by 30%, so I really wish they gave that to him. Really do wish they gave that to him. However, on a 200% lead, literally just building up his passive. No big bad bosses, no support. But more importantly, the big bad bosses link not even active. He has over 300k defense at the start of turn. So now we've got some support again. We don't even have big bad bosses active. Some support, we've got 605k attacks that we're literally like 2k off, literally just under 2k off 400k defense. And again, we don't even have big bad bosses. He is cooking. This EZA Metal Cooler is cooking. He's really good here, like really good. But as I've been saying, you know, if LR Metal Cooler's healing, I know a lot of the time your health's going to be quite low. 7 mil we're up to. And again, still no big bad bosses. That's crazy. Can we get an additional? Because he can raise his attack again. Damn. With the fact we have dupes, the fact he can hit an additional and raise his attack twice is fantastic. Because the amount of damage this guy can do, especially with all the chances to crit. You know, you're facing a superclass enemy, which is the majority of the game, aside from red zone. He's going to be critting 20% of the time, or have a 20% chance to crit on top of the dupes you have. Especially if you hit an additional, so that means you can crit twice. The amount of damage this guy can do is pretty good. Not to mention, if you're facing a superclass pure Saiyan enemy, you have a 40% chance, a 10% chance less to like get a coin flip chance ready. That's literally just under half the time you're going to be able to hit a crit. But the amount of damage this guy can do, especially if you do hit the additional, it is actually kind of crazy. And if you are facing a superclass enemy, pure Saiyan enemy, or obviously, ideally, both. But damn, I'm not gonna lie, that's He's as I said, he's cooking. He's really good under a 200% lead. It's just a shame that at some points and quite a lot of the time, even though it's great for harder content, the LR Meta Call is healing unless you have them, or specifically this guy at level 10 links, you're going to miss out on big bad bosses. That extra 25% is going to be a great help, especially on the defense, because obviously, again, he doesn't raise defense on super. But even without it, he is doing bits. Yeah, we should have it active right now. Yeah, we do. So we've got big bad bosses active. He's fully built up. He's on a 712k attack stat, 482k defense. Oh my god. Okay, maybe he will tank a little bit better on some of the red zone supers, because almost 500k defense active at the start of turn is pretty good. But still, if he just had 30% on super, this guy would tank so well with a unit that, like, especially on a unit that doesn't have guard or damage reduction, dodge, nullify, any of that. 7.4, no support. Damn. He's up there. He's very good. Big 7.7 mil crit as well. Oh, this is at 79%. Again, I know there's not that much change between two dupes and rainbow, but there's still potential for this guy to get even better with an extra 2 dupes. He's sick. He's dope. He is dope. I don't really care about the we need to take some damage, which is really annoying. Which is really annoying. I kind of want to see how much damage he's doing and what defense he's on with big bad bosses and the support. Like I said, we need to take some damage, but having the LR Meta Coolers here, which is the only way we can run them on a 200% lead, we're constantly healing like 20-30% HP every single turn, twice. So we're pretty much recovering all our health. To be fair, we do need to lose less health. We need like 90% health because the Link's at level 9. If only was at level 10, literally we'd have no HP condition. This is why you want to level up extreme units to level 10 Links. It's literally because of big bad bosses. I mean, there's the Nullify you don't get to see too often, which is great. But it does mean we took absolutely no damage. Not that we probably took much anyway. But Yeah, I really want to see him with Big Bad Bosses active and with the support, because without it, he's still ridiculous. If only they supered the tech cooler at the end, we would have lost quite a lot of health. But he is doing really well. I knew obviously he was going to get dramatically better on 200% lead team, but I didn't think he would get this better. I mean, we could show him with Nightmare active. What does he have? 661k attack stat? We've lost Big Bad Bosses, of course. But I reckon the final form cooler would probably do too much damage there, and probably kill Vegeta before we even get the super off with the metal cooler. But we really do need to lose some health. We need to lose some health so I can get Big Bad Bosses active. But that's just becoming a struggle right now. So we're on like a 6.3 million attack stat while hitting a Dokkan attack, again with no Big Bad Bosses. Raising his attack up by 30% on his super. This is going to do a lot of damage, especially if he crits. I mean, right now he's got a 40% chance to crit because of course Vegeta is a pure Saiyan enemy and super class enemy. So a Dokkan attack, 40% chance to crit, fully brought up. He didn't even crit and he hit him for 8.3. That's crazy. So every crit, that's over a 10 mil crit. Fair play, Meta Cooler. Unfortunately though, the healing is making this incredibly difficult for us to get this. We are going to have the cooler on rotation next turn. I am going to do this. If we can't get the health down where we need it to, which is only 90% because we got it at level 9, then of course we can do the rotation I'm looking for. If we can't get our health down low enough, which I'll be surprised to because we're now being supered before Meta Cooler super attacks, then I'll just end. Okay, we should be good. We should be good. We definitely should be good. That's definitely gonna have Big Bad Bosses active. I was about to say, if I can't get our health down far enough, I'll probably just cut the video because I can kind of estimate where we would be. But lucky enough, my boy Jeets is looking out for me. Jeets is looking out for me. Big 320k super on LL Metacooler, of course, because he hasn't supered yet. He didn't have that much defense. Okay, perfect. We can get the final rotation I'm looking for. No healing next turn either, so we don't have to worry about a thing. I'm really looking forward to this next turn. I'm really looking forward to this next turn. Okay, support, Big Bad Boss is active. A kind of typical rotation. You would see these type of links active if you were to have him on main rotation. 798k attack stat. He's literally just under 800k, and he has 540k defense. I mean, Dokkan knew. No wonder he doesn't raise defense on super. If he did, you're talking like 800k defense after super. No wonder they didn't give that to him, because on the 200% lead, this guy is cooking. He is popping off. Making sure we still had it active. Just making sure we still had it active. That means if Jeets even supers me, but I mean, it doesn't matter because we don't get nothing on super anyway. Even if he supers me, we're going to tank it incredibly well. Like really, really well. So with the support, what is he putting out? 8.3 million. 2 dupes on a 200% lead team. Fully built up. Big Bad Boss is active. He's amazing. I'm not gonna lie, he is amazing. Having 500k defense with no guard, no dodge, no nullify, no damage reduction, no defense even on super. That is, I'm impressed. That is fantastic. He is really, really good. Even though he doesn't raise defense on super, he's going to still tank exceptionally well in red zone, given, you know, his kit. Again, some of the harder bosses are still going to do quite a bit of damage to him because of not being, because of not raising defense on super. But he will tank it a hell of a lot better than I thought he would without it. Again, he'll probably still take quite a bit of damage, but I don't think he'll get you killed on the majority of red zone bosses. Of course, if he has type disadvantage, this guy's probably done, I'm not gonna lie. But 500k defense with support, fully built up, and an 8 million attack stat, just over 8 mil. The Metacooler core transformation doesn't really matter. Like, giant form transformations don't do that much damage anyway. The meat and gravy portion was him pre-Metacooler core transformation, and I am impressed. All Dokkan has to do now is make the Dokkan Fest transforming cooler as amazing as he already is, just updated. And yeah, I mean, Terrifying Conqueror's Wicked Bloodline is already a ridiculously good category. All you have to do is make his EZA insane, which He's already insane as it is. You just need to update him and we're good. But let me know what you think down in the comments. I think he is sick. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace.